Good evening, I'm Ebony Coleman. And Southeast Texas is drying out after a morning downpour flooded streets, yards, and even inside some homes. Nearly 10 inches fell in parts of Mid-County this morning. Now, the rain has stopped for most part. You can see from this live view over Lake Charles. But as that water recedes, the cleanup is only beginning for some. Let's take a look at some of that damage. This video was taken by our 12 News crews out in Bridge City. You can see flooding near homes and streets, and even tow trucks trying to get drivers and cars to safety. Again, that trailer engulfed and surrounded, of course, by water. That hydrogen, these are all homes and neighborhoods, of course, underwater in those areas. And then families in Bridge City are spending the night elsewhere as their homes are drying out. Brittany Frantic sent us this from her home this morning. She says there was nothing she could do to keep that water from coming in. And then in Nederland, a viewer sent us this photo. This is a street flooding along Avenue E near that stop sign. And the showers also left thousands in the dark. That number has now dropped to a little over 700 in Jefferson and Orange counties. Now, we have team coverage tonight. Meteorologist Carrie Cooper is tracking the impacts and what's left to come. But first, let's head to 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett. She's live at that home in Groves where the water came in. Cameron, what is it looking like out there?
Ebony, it's a lot more dry now than it was about 12 hours ago, where a torrential overnight and early morning downpour brought flooding to several areas of Groves, especially where I'm at right now off Post Oak Lane off of 25th Street. Debbie Burke is just one of several residents in Groves who woke up to water in her home this morning. She has lived in her Groves home for 5 years and says she's never had an issue with flooding in the past. She says she slept through the night like normal, but was woken up by a phone call from her neighbor.
My neighbor called me and asked me if I was okay, and I said, yeah. He woke me up. I said, yeah, and he said, do you have water in your house? I said, I don't know, let me check. And I stepped stepped out of bed and stepped right into water, a big puddle of water. I said, yeah, I have water in my house. Bedrooms.
She says water seeped into nearly every room in her home, soaking carpets, closets, her garage, and outdoor furniture. She said if it wasn't for having flood insurance, she would just leave the home behind entirely. Tonight at 10, we're going to be speaking to the Grove City manager about what exactly happened with all of this flooding and the extra hands that were on deck to help mitigate it. Live in Groves, Cameron Burchett, 12 News.